will down its people. That's the fundamental difference in politics.
Well, let me take this to Pikiti Nambiar, who has been who is an admirer of the Prime Minister. Danish Ali, the BSP MP, actually urged the Prime Minister to speak again and again when this happened. He said if the Prime Minister doesn't speak, hate speech will not stop. Initially, the BJP seemed aghast at what Bidhuri had done. He actually had taken away positive headlines around the women's reservation bill, for example, for the government. But subsequently, fielding Nishikant Dubey, the BJP seems to partially defend what happened by suggesting that Danish Ali had provoked him, that Danish Ali had used words like niche. Danish Ali denies this. He says he was only quoting Ramesh Bidhuri back to him. You've heard the argument. How does it go in the BJP's favor to give this man a key role in Rajasthan, where even Vasundhara Raje has been left out of poll panels? Pikiti Nambiar.
I don't think first and foremost, this position, what we have been talking about, Ramesh Bidhuri has been given a very special task, and etc. is nothing new. He was even given a task. Most of the MPs do get some or the other task on in each and every election in BJP. Having said that, I don't approve what he spoke, and the place where he spoke, both are absolutely not acceptable. And what I also know from my internal sources, that the people who are at the party have done a proper a check that he was provoked, and that does not mean that he will be he can speak what he spoke that too in a parliament. I don't approve that. But then party has taken a decision. He may have done internally an apology or whatever it may be. He met the president of the party. So I think this is not something like a very, he has been made as a national secretary or even a national general secretary, nothing. So it's a normal routine process that every MPs are given some or the other task in different
So you're saying this is not a reward. You're saying this is not a reward. This is just normal work. This is
definitely not a reward. According to me, at least the position what you are talking about is definitely not a reward. I do know that. I know Mr. Bidhuri pretty well. Of course, he is a grassroots person. Of course, can be agitated and coming from that kind of a background. But I am, as I said, in a parliamentary democracy and the temple of our parliament, one should not use such kind of an abusive words. But the way we are trying to talk about the hate speech in the parliament and going ahead and talking about Ramesh Bidhuri, I have not seen too many TV channels or shows which we were talking about, the one who has talked about the Sanatana Dharma eradication. Nobody wanted to pursue that. Is there any big hate speech than that which had happened in the recent history? Definitely no. But nobody wanted to talk about it. Like a person like me, I have filed a petition in the Supreme Court for taking the contempt against both the DGPs of Kerala and as well as
as far as I know, Mr. Udinidhi Stalin is facing cases for the comments he made about Sanatan Dharma. I'm not sure if Mr. Bidhuri is. I saw brief interjections from Tehseen and Asad Abbas, and then I want to come to the politics of the seat with Avinash. Tehseen, first you briefly, then Asad. Tehseen? Hang on, I can't hear you, Tehseen. Please, yeah. You're muted at your end, Tehseen. Please don't mute yourself. Go ahead.
Is this fine now? Am I clear?
Yes, please go ahead.
Thank you. Yeah. So as far as the same point that you made, as far as I know, that Mr. Stalin now he's under the scanner of the Honorable Supreme Court. Nothing of that sort has happened to Mr. Bidhuri. Ajay Mishra Teni or Brijbhushan Sharan Singh, the Delhi police said at every opportunity he was molesting women. That man gave a press conference on women's rights. It is ironical. If irony died, it died a million times there. Now, this is not a question of one hate speech versus another hate speech. The fact of the matter is we're talking for a larger issue. The BJP will protect people it thinks it can benefit from. That doesn't really happen with the opposition. The opposition will let go of people because they get very they come under media pressure or under public opinion pressure. The BJP knows that public opinion can be diverted by creating one hate speech, creates another hate speech, creates a third hate speech. So the BJP is a master in diverting things, whereas the opposition does not. Who is the only political party that benefits from hate speech? Why has Mr. Bidhuri gone to Tonk? Tonk is a constituency, and Mr. Avinash is here. I'll tell you, it has a substantial minority population in Rajasthan. Therefore, it's been chosen. It's been crafted to put him there.
So before Asad comes, let's get Avinash to tell us about Tonk. Couple of fun facts. Sachin Pilot won. Avinash, please correct me if I get my facts wrong. From memory, by more than 50,000 votes in 2018. But who did he defeat? The only Muslim candidate that the BJP had fielded in the assembly elections of 2018. Very interesting. Obviously dominated by the Gujar community, but also with a significant Muslim population. Is the BJP aiming for polarization here? They did field a Muslim candidate here last time. Avinash, the significance of this seat.
It's a very significant seat, Barkha, and as you said, that the BJP fielded a Muslim candidate. That was the closest aid of Vasundhara Raje after a lot of persuasion. It was the last seat that was a token seat given to a Muslim. So otherwise, BJP would always field Muslim candidates. They fielded one last time. This time, we don't see any hope. And that, Mr. Bidhuri, is a Gujar. It's a Gujar-dominated seat with over 50,000 Muslim votes. A vote that can swing an election one way or the other. So in Bidhuri, they get a perfect combination of a Gujar speaking anti-Muslim, raking up the sentiment and breaking away that vote. So I think it's a very significant move. The party insiders in Rajasthan are saying, we are not announcing it officially, but take it from us that he will be handling that seat, or he will be in charge of that seat.
Avinash, can I ask you to talk a little bit about the proportion of population of Gujars vis-a-vis Muslims? And I break down the population because obviously all choices in election season are political. It is not a coincidence that Mr. Bidhuri has been made to counter the Sachin Pilot Gujar factor. The data we have is the town itself is about 20% Muslims and 17% SC/STs. Gujars stand at 14%, but that's the town. The assembly segment, how does it break up? What is the most dominant sort of community? Avinash.
See, as I said, that Muslims lead the contingent by the highest number. They are over 50,000 votes. And roughly, if you look at Gujars, they would be around 38 to 40,000 votes. So two combined is a sizable vote bank that comes. Then you have the SC/STs and the others. And mind you, despite a loss, the BJP candidate could also garner around 50,000 votes there. And he was just given a few days ahead of the elections to go in. So, it's a very sizable seat, and it is a signal also that we are not taking any seat lightly, and it's going to be a politics of polarization, which is for sure.
But given the high number of Muslims in this seat, what is the aim then? To polarize, basically, to divide a Hindu versus Muslim context?
Certainly.
But
It's going to be
it
is going to be certainly a Hindu versus Muslim, and it is not going to be only Tonk. When you go further, Tonk is the starting point. Then you get into eastern Rajasthan, where BJP was wiped out last time. And there you have Karoli, where we've already had an incident. And the nearby areas of Bharatpur and Kama and Nagar, these are all Muslim-dominated seats. The BJP don't get these votes. Their only chance is to polarize.
Let me get Asad and PKD. I know you have your hand up. Coming to you right after that. Asad, go ahead.
Yes. First things first, my friend PKD Nambiar, who is a great admirer of the Prime Minister, said that, election responsibility is no big role. My dear friend, I really wish my friend Nambiar contests election someday, and he will know the importance of a constituency like Tonk and also the centrifugal force that an election in charge plays. Let me come straight to the point. Let me tell you, Barkha ji, me, a commoner, I get to face such many slurs myself. But when in the parliament, when a Danish Ali can face so much, imagine the plight of the common Indian Muslims. We need to understand here, when our Honorable Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi ji says, Sabka Saath, Sabka Vishwas, it turns out to be a jumla, and I'll tell you why. The man who speaks of Beti Padhao, Beti Bachao, the Central Union Ministry approves the releasing of convicted rapists of who? Bilkis Banu? Not just that. The one who called Godse a Desh Bhakt is given a ticket in parliament, sent to the parliament. But Modi ji will never forgive her, but will continue to have her in the parliament. Not just that, Jayant Sinha, who garlanded and gave away sweets to whom? Lynchers of Muslims. Not just that, Nalin Kumar Katil, BJP President Karnataka, says love jihad is a big issue. Hospitals, roads, not an issue. C.T. Ravi, and I can give you 10 other such names. We need to understand here, when our Honorable Prime Minister, BJP speaks of Sabka Saath, Sabka Vishwas, this is definitely not. Calling some Samad, Katwa, Mullah, Ugrawadi, Atankwadi is not the answer. When you take a direct reward to a Ramesh Bidhuri, this will only propel the other BJP members to go out, shout out louder.
That is my
Heartful slurs
concern.
from
That
the
is my